I'm here, Melchett.
Oh, Your Royal Highness. Very good to see you, sir. Come on, even 5-year-olds have mastered Zoom.
Sorry about that. Complicated stuff, Zoom.
Isn't it?
Today, William has a laugh on the BBC. Louis turns 2.
Prince Louis celebrates his birthday in the most colourful way.
And the Cambridges salute UK healthcare workers. Welcome to the Royal Report, everyone. I'm your host, Sharon Carpenter, and it's been another busy week for the royal family, so let's get right to the news. Last Tuesday, William and Kate announced the launch of Our Front Line, a new mental health resource for key workers across the UK. The programme is a partnership of some of Britain's top mental health organisations, designed to provide round-the-clock support for those keeping us safe during the COVID-19 crisis. And that wasn't the only cause Kate was supporting on Tuesday. That same day, the UK-based organisation Action for Children took to social media to share a letter they received from the Duchess. In her message, Kate praised the vital support the group is providing to children and families across the UK during this difficult time. While Harry and Meghan have been spotted delivering food in Los Angeles last week, on Wednesday, a source told People that the royal couple, quote, only leave their house for charity work. The source continued, they spend their evenings at home as a family. They haven't had any visitors. It's good to know the Sussexes are social distancing, just like us. On Thursday, the entire Cambridge family made an appearance on the BBC fundraising special, The Big Night In, to participate in the weekly Clap for Carers. Prince William also appeared with actor Stephen Fry in a comedy skit where the Duke revealed some of his quarantainment choices.
By the way, have you seen anything good on TV?
It's hell without EastEnders.
Isn't it? They tell me Tiger King is rather good.
Yes, I tend to avoid shows about royalty.
The Prince's spoof interview was conducted by Fry in character as Lord Melchett from the beloved British comedy Blackadder and was used as a lead-in to the nationwide Clap for Carers.
And there's now 45 seconds and counting, sir. I think our time is up.
On my way, let me just see if I can find my socks. And my shoes.
And my trousers.
Glad he found his pants. On Monday, Prince Harry announced the launch of HeadFit, a new mental health initiative designed specifically for military personnel in the UK. In a video shared on the organisation's website, the Duke discussed the benefits of the platform's proactive approach to mental fitness.
Our service personnel are vital role models in society, and we need you to be able to access that extra 10, maybe 15%, something that can only be attained when you adopt a regular routine for training the mind and the body as one single unit. I know this to be true. It works for me. So for yourself, but also those around you, find which resources work for you, unlock your potential, and strive to be head fit for life.
On Tuesday, we learned that Prince Harry recorded a special introduction for a royal-themed episode of the popular children's show Thomas and Friends. In his message, the Duke also honoured the 75th anniversary of Thomas the Tank Engine. Take a look.
It all began when a young boy lay ill in bed. His loving father entertained him with stories of a special railway on the magical island of Sodor. Those stories would go on to become the tales of the most iconic tank engine the world has ever known. Thomas the Tank Engine.
Now, we're recording this on Tuesday, but it will start streaming tomorrow, which is the 9th anniversary of William and Kate's fairy tale wedding. So naturally, we'd like to wish the Cambridges all the best on this special day. And we'd like to recommend our PeopleTV special, The Greatest Royal Weddings of the Modern Age, for an in-depth reliving of all the pageantry. Here's a clip.
William and Kate were married on April 29, 2011. The historic event was broadcast live in 180 countries and an estimated 2 billion people tuned in.
So if you imagined a fairy tale princess and her dress, is that the picture you had in your mind? I think perhaps it might have been.
Kate's dress was absolutely beautiful, and there was tons of speculation about which designer she'd choose, what it would look like, what fabrics, what kind of inspiration she'd take, and it pretty much was everything we could have hoped for and more.
It is the sight after all these months of build-up and speculation that many have been longing for. And she's taking a moment to give the crowd a wave.
And finally, last Thursday, Prince Louis Arthur Charles of Cambridge turned 2 years old. Of course, everyone here at the Royal Report would like to wish a belated happy birthday to the young prince, but we also wanted to take a moment to relive a few of his major milestones with our brand new segment, the Royal Family Album.
Just the last few seconds, the announcement that the British royal family has a new member, a prince.
Here we go, here we go, here we go.
On April 23rd, 2018, William and Kate welcomed their third child, Prince Louis Arthur Charles of Cambridge.
A first step into the big world for the latest addition to possibly that world's best-known family.
2 weeks later, the Cambridges posted Louis's first official photographs, one solo and another with his 2-year-old sister Charlotte. That July, another 5 images were released to commemorate the christening of the young prince, who was born 5th in line to the throne.
At St James's Palace this afternoon, the new family Cambridge, Mum, Dad, George, Charlotte and little Louis appearing together as a fivesome for the very first time.
By the end of 2018, royal watchers had witnessed 2 more Louis milestones, celebrating his grandfather's 70th birthday and appearing in his first Christmas card.
So adorable. This is their first holiday card as a family of 5. Oh, I love these.
The world waited 4 more months until April 2019 for William and Kate to post these images in honor of Louis's first birthday. That May, royal watchers got their first look at Louis's royal strut as he explored a garden his mum designed for the Chelsea Flower Show alongside his older siblings.
The fact that Mum allowed the cameras in to film all 3 little Cambridges says a lot about how much this project means to her. George and Charlotte clearly loved it. So did the now toddling 1-year-old Louis.
This outing was followed up a month later with the toddler's first appearance on the Buckingham Palace balcony, where he took in the annual Trooping the Colour parade alongside his extended family.
It's the royal kids who stole the show. Prince Louis made an adorable balcony debut, waving enthusiastically, clapping along with the crowd, and seeming to enjoy all the pomp and circumstance.
Louis rounded out 2019 by posing for this family photo, posted on the Kensington Royal Instagram page to celebrate the holiday season. The world's first look at Louis in 2020 was provided once again by Kensington Royal.
Prince George, Princess Charlotte, and Prince Louis, bringing us a much-needed moment of joy.
This video shows the young prince and his siblings joining the Clap for Our Carers movement, a show of support for all UK health workers during the COVID-19 crisis. Then on April 23rd, Louis celebrated his 2nd birthday, an occasion the Cambridges marked by posting these adorable photos of their handsome hand painter.
The Duke and Duchess shared the pics with fans ahead of Louis's official milestone, and the toddler is clearly the spitting image of his royal mom and dad.
The Royal Report will be right back. Welcome back. Now, earlier this week, we got to speak with People Royals reporter Stephanie Petit for our latest installment of Royals Around the World. Enjoy. Joining us now is our intrepid international tour guide and People's Royals reporter, Stephanie Petit. And Tito is with us as well. Stephanie, how are you guys doing?
Hi, Sharon. Tito and I are doing well and ready to do some globetrotting from the comfort of our couch.
Awesome. All right, as everyone knows, here at the Royal Report, we're almost always talking about the House of Windsor, but there are 29 other reigning monarchs out there, and they deserve some airtime too. So today we're going to break down some of the biggest Windsorless royal stories of 2020. Sound good?
Let's do it.
All right, first up, the royal family of Sweden. King Carl XVI Gustaf has been ruling for 46 years alongside his wife, Queen Sylvia. Their eldest daughter, 42-year-old Crown Princess Victoria, is first in line to the throne, and she was in the news this past February. Stephanie, what happened?
I love this story because Princess Victoria literally made a little girl's wish come true. Amelia was a 7-year-old girl with a brain tumor, and her dream was to meet the crown princess. Not only did the two meet, but they did so at the royal palace in Stockholm, where Amelia was treated like royalty. She and her family had tea and biscuits with Princess Victoria, and Amelia was even surprised with a horse-drawn carriage ride around the city.
That's a sweet story, very touching. Now, the Crown Princess has 2 children with her husband, Prince Daniel, 8-year-old Princess Estelle, and 4-year-old Prince Oscar, who both recently celebrated birthdays. Is that right?
You got it. And keeping with tradition, royal fans were treated to brand new portraits of both Estelle, who turned 8 on February 23rd, and Oscar, who turned 4 on March 2nd, a few weeks later. Princess Estelle gives the camera a shy smile, and she wears her hair in a cute braid for her solo portrait, while Prince Oscar flashes a huge grin in his black and white shot. And the royal siblings even show off their sweet bond in some joint photos. And the bonus of their birthdays being so close together is the photos were taken at the same time, which is awesome.
Now, the Swedish royal family made even more headlines on April 16th when Princess Sofia, who's married to the Crown Princess's younger brother, Prince Carl Philip, made a surprising move. Stephanie, tell us more.
Yeah, Princess Sofia took a hands-on approach in relieving the high demand on the healthcare systems during the coronavirus pandemic. After completing an intensive training program online, she actually started working at the Sofia Hemmed Hospital, of which she's honorary chair. She won't be working directly with patients, but instead supporting doctors and nurses. She's doing stuff like doing shifts in the kitchen and cleaning, disinfecting medical supplies. The royal mom actually posed for a photo wearing her scrubs, and she has her hair up in a practical ponytail. She looks very different from her usual look with, we can see her in a ball gown and tiara a couple times a year, but luckily she's wearing a name tag, which simply reads Sofia.
Love that story. Okay, moving about 1,600 miles southwest, the Spanish royal family was in the news as well. Quick summary here. King Felipe VI has ruled since 2014 alongside his wife, Queen Letizia. They have 2 daughters, 14-year-old Leonor, who is the heir to the throne, and 12-year-old Sofia. I understand that King Felipe and his father, former King Juan Carlos, made headlines last month.
They did, and not for the best reason. King Felipe renounced his inheritance in an attempt to distance himself from the financial scandals of his father. The ex-monarch is actually facing an investigation after reports said he received $100 million from Saudi Arabia's former king through an offshore account, and a big portion of that went to Juan Carlos's former mistress. So a little bit sketchy. In addition to renouncing the inheritance, King Felipe is stripping his father of his $215,000 annual stipend. Juan Carlos has kind of stepped out of the public eye. He's agreed with the decision to take away his stipend.
Next up, 960 miles northeast to the Belgian royal family. King Philippe has reigned since 2013 alongside his wife, Queen Mathilde. They have 4 children. Their eldest daughter, 18-year-old Princess Elizabeth, she's the heir to the throne, followed by 16-year-old Prince Gabriel, 14-year-old Prince Emmanuel, and 11-year-old Princess Eleanor. So, Stephanie, I know the Queen got people talking after a heartwarming gesture. Tell us about that.
Yeah, as we know, coronavirus has affected people all over the world, and Queen Mathilde and her 2 youngest children helped brighten the days of some nursing home residents who can't receive visitors due to the COVID-19 precautions. So the trio surprised them with beautiful bouquets of flowers and some homemade cakes, and they stayed outside, waved through the windows with big smiles as they dropped off the gifts, and you can see that it really brought the nursing home residents some much-needed joy during these tough times.
Oh, very sweet act of kindness there. Let's now head 4,600 miles across the globe to South Asia and the country of Bhutan. The House of Wangchuck has ruled Bhutan since 1907, and the current king, Jigme Khesar, has been in charge for 13 years. He married wife Jetson Pema in 2011, and people can't get enough of their adorable 4-year-old son, who is known as the Dragon Prince, of course. Stephanie, they released some important family news in March. Is that right?
That's right, and it's a very exciting announcement during these difficult times. The Dragon Prince is officially on Big Brother duty. The King and Queen welcomed their second child, another baby boy, on March 19th. We have not seen photos of the new baby yet, and his name won't be announced until after a special Buddhist naming ceremony. So we'll be on the lookout for those details.
We need those pictures. And finally, let's head northwest back to Europe, to Monaco. Prince Albert II, of course, is the reigning monarch. He's been married to Princess Charlene since 2011. And they have 2 adorable 5-year-old twins named Jacques and Gabriella. Prince Albert made headlines this past month. Tell us why.
Prince Albert actually tested positive for coronavirus, making him the first head of state to announce that he had the illness. He spoke exclusively with people from the palace apartments where he was staying, and he said his symptoms were flu-like. He said it was a mild case, but he was taking, every precaution, especially after he had a battle with pneumonia a few years ago. And he's 62, and he warned coronavirus can hit anyone of any age.
Okay, we understand that he's now doing better and he's out of self-isolation, right?
That's right. Prince Albert was actually given the all clear by doctors to see his family as of March 31st. And he told people that he planned to reunite with his wife and their 2 children at their country retreat where they were staying. Actually, over the weekend, we saw Prince Albert and Princess Charlene for the first time together since his recovery in a video they made to wish everyone a happy Easter. Albert said he's going to take it easy for the time being, no travel, obviously, and no meetings. But it was great to see that things are getting back to normal for them.
So glad he's on the road to recovery. Stephanie, so much fun globe-trotting with you. Thank you so much for being here.
Thanks, Sharon.
All right, we have to take a short break, but the Royal Report will be right back. Welcome back to the show. Joining us now, the co-host of the Royally Obsessed podcast, Roberta Fiorito. Roberta, thank you so much for being here. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm doing great. So first off, tell us a little about Royally Obsessed.
So Royally Obsessed is a podcast for all things royal family. We talk about the royal news of the week. We talk about our highs and lows. My co-host Rachel Bowie and I host the show, and we have guest appearances from celebrity royal experts, and it airs every Thursday. So tune in and subscribe.
Okay, so how did you become a fan of the royals in the first place, and when did you realize you were royally obsessed?
So I became a fan of the royals quite a long time ago. I moved to Scotland when I was 7 years old with my family. My parents took a sabbatical over there, and just being in the UK and going to London to visit Buckingham Palace, I feel like it all really kicked it off for me and have stayed royally obsessed ever since.
And speaking of royally obsessed, our viewers are very much in that camp as well. So we thought we'd do them a service by providing a few recommendations for some royal-themed quarantainment. We're each going to recommend a movie, a book, and a TV show. The only rule here is that your TV show cannot be The Crown, neither can mine, because I'm sure by now we've all seen every episode at least twice. Sound good?
Sounds great.
All right. So first up, what's your film?
My film is The King's Speech. I love this film. I melt every time I see Colin Firth as King George VI, Queen Elizabeth's dad. It's an amazing film. It's on Netflix and Hulu and Amazon if you want to stream it. And it's just a really great story.
One of my favorites as well, and very inspiring. Good choice. Now for my film, I'm going to go with The Other Boleyn Girl. Remember that one? Starring Natalie Portman and Scarlett Johansson. Awesome movie. They play 2 sisters fighting for Henry VIII's affections and fighting for their lives at a certain point as well. The more scandalous side of the royals. It came out in 2008, so definitely time to watch again, I think. You can catch it now on Amazon Prime. All right, what's your book, Roberta?
For my book, I'm picking American Royals by Catherine McGee. I have it right here, actually. So the book talks about an alternate universe in the U.S. where an American royal family rules the country, and they are descended from George Washington, President George Washington. He's actually King Washington. So it's really juicy. It's a good beach read, a lighthearted Gossip Girl kind of story, and it's really fun to read.
Ooh, I like the sound of that one. Well, for my book, I'm picking The Other Side of the Coin, The Queen, the Dresser, and the Wardrobe by Angela Kelly, which came out late last year. Now, she's been the Queen's personal wardrobe advisor for like 25 years. Her Majesty actually endorsed the book. It features never-before-seen photos of the Queen, her wardrobe, and her jewels, as well as some great stories. It's a must-read. All right, what's your TV show?
My TV show is The Windsors, Inside the Royal Dynasty. It's a 6-part special from CNN, a lot of history. It contains a lot of rare archival footage. It's available on YouTube TV and on demand. And the first 4 parts are out now, and it's narrated by Rosamund Pike. So she's a lovely narrator, and I really enjoyed seeing all of the footage of young Queen Elizabeth.
Yeah, I've seen a couple of those episodes. Really, really great stuff. But for my TV show, it's got to be The Tudors. The first season came out in 2007 and focused on the early years of Henry VIII's reign. I'm obsessed, obviously, with Henry VIII and all his female companions, by the way, and he has a lot. Jonathan Rhys-Meyers was the star. It's 4 seasons and definitely worth binge watching. Stream it on Showtime On Demand or Netflix now. Roberta, before we go, tell us what you've got coming up on Royally Obsessed.
On Royally Obsessed, we're interviewing Micah Meyer, expert etiquette, and we dive into Harry and Meghan in LA delivering meals and their scathing tabloid letter. So a lot of stuff in the next episode.
And Micah's a friend of this show as well, so tell her hi from us.
Will do.
We'll be listening. Roberta, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much, Sharon.
Hope to see you back on the show really soon. The Royal Report will be right back. Welcome back. It's time now for our social media minute with our social media correspondent, Jillian Fleischman. Jillian, how's it going?
Hi, Sharon. I'm doing great. Excited to be back.
So what do you have for us today?
This is a great week for royal posts, and narrowing them down wasn't easy. Last Tuesday, in honor of Queen Elizabeth's 94th birthday, the royal family's Instagram page posted the royal pastry chef's recipe for chocolate cupcakes, as well as a close-up view of their royal-themed decorations. They encouraged their followers to share their own versions with the hashtag #RoyalBakes. I made them already, and they were delicious. Last Wednesday, to mark Earth Day, the royal family's Instagram story shined a light on the work the Queen's Commonwealth Canopy is doing to protect forests worldwide. The network of conservation projects involves more than 45 nations, and the story highlighted 8 forests around the world. What a green way to show an appreciation for the planet. Last Thursday, in celebration of Prince Louis's 2nd birthday, the Kensington Royal Instagram page released 6 new images, 5 of Louis painting and 1 showing off his work of art. Like millions of other kids in the UK, he was painting with the colors of the rainbow in support of the essential workers tackling the coronavirus. Prince Charles also posted a special photo to the Clarence House Instagram page. The black and white pic was taken by Kate, just like the 6 on Kensington Royal, and included a birthday cake emoji in the caption. Too cute! And finally, this past Friday, Princess Eugenie posted these photos in honor of her 10th anniversary with husband Jack Brooksbank. She noted how lucky they are to be together during this time and encouraged her followers that also had anniversaries this week to send her a message and photo so she could share them on her story. Love this idea. And that's your social media minute.
All right, great work, Jillian, as always. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Sharon.
All right, Royal Watchers, that's our show for today. Remember to follow people on Twitter to watch the latest episodes of The Royal Report, streaming every Wednesday at 5:30 p.m. Eastern. I'm Sharon Carpenter. Till next time, be safe, keep calm, and carry on.